Welcome and good afternoon. This is Commish Orr, and today I'm going to show you my season ticket baseball setup of how I play. I do not have the physical cards, and I don't use the physical dice. I play it all on my laptop screen. Obviously, it'd be better if I was playing it at desktop and had multiple monitors and such, but this is how I have it set up for my laptop screen. I'm also going to talk about a little cheat sheet that I use, and I'll give some more detail about that later. But what you see here is kind of my desktop setup here. I use ball score to score the games, ball score and ball stat to keep track of the stats. So that window is always up here in the upper left. And this is about the size that I have. I do press the key to have defense ratings up here. I don't have the rosters loaded right now, so you really don't see anything. But I do have the speed ratings and the arm ratings and the range ratings in here, just because those do come up sometimes, and you do have to look them up at a glance. And so to have them handy here, right here, is helpful. I have already done a video on how I do my season ticket baseball dice roller, and so that's what you'll see here. This is actually a new version of that. I've updated the version that I've used before because I realized that you actually need two extra sets of rolls here, one for getting the lead and one for stealing. And this way I don't have to re-roll. I can just roll once and everything's already set. I have the main roll here. I have the auto manager die here that I use. I have these two dice will be rolled for the whether they get a lead or not. And assuming they do get a lead, here's going to be the steal dice. Those are rolled as well, all at once. Now, if I need to just roll a challenge dice, I have those I can consult here if I need to, or I can just hit F9 to re-roll everything. And again, it has a little cheat sheet down here that gives me the well, as I said, a little cheat sheet on whether they're safe or out and how to determine that. So to get a lead or not, they need the addition of these dice plus the steal rating has to be greater than or equal to 10 plus the hold rating on the pitcher. Well, I don't have the hold rating on the pitcher to consult there because the pitcher's card is going to be up for me to just look at, so I don't have to really do anything extra there. Same with getting picked off or having overthrows. Those numbers are all calculated here so that I can just at a glance see what I need to see. I also have the little cheat sheet here, hit location chart, so I know where hits go if they're not already specified, if I need to know that for any reason. But other than that, when I roll the dice here, it will, based on this die, tell me which card I'm looking at. Again, I know I'll get used to that and I'll just automatically know, but it's just a little extra reminder. This also tells me that since this number was a 9, that it's going to be a line out if it's a fly ball. I usually use it in infielders, fly balls to the infield. I'll use it. So that'd be a line out. If I click it again, that's just the regular pitcher. I tweaked it from my original version, and now it just says defense instead of rare play. It'll say rare play if it's an actual rare play. And here, defense left fielder. And again, since this number is less than 5, it's a foul out if it were F2, F3, or F5. Anyway, so that's the die roller again, just a little update on that. As you see, I have the cards in PDF format, and I have I always have the home pitcher on the upper right, the visiting lineup on the left, upper left, the visiting pitcher on the lower left, and the home lineup on the lower right, so that I have those at quick glance. And again, I can roll, I can look at the card really quickly. I do have the PDFs here. I have the quick start PDF, the auto manager PDF, the rare plays separated out, so just the rare plays, and then the full rules if I need to consult the full rules. So all that's handy if I need to look stuff up. Now, what do you see down here? I also have the stadium card. I should say that. And what I do is I kind of zoom in so that I can just see the part that's relevant for the die rolls that I need. Now, the last thing that I have down here are a couple of defense cheat sheets, one for each team. I actually was trying to figure out a solution for defense because you do defense checks, 1/6 of the time. You're going to have the defense check. And what I had been doing the first couple of games is, going through the order till I found that player to look up the little defense chart on his card. And that's assuming that it was their main position, which most of these players are in their main positions for my project. But I was watching idjester's video, shout out to idjester, and he created a little cheat sheet for himself for the defense. And so I thought I would do something similar. So thank you to him. He gave me the inspiration to do this. Mine is a little bit different. I've tweaked it a little bit from what his version so that it suits my playing better. He actually put his on the right on the stadium card. He moved the stadium card around and put the defense right on there. But that's great, except that would only be the home team defense if you did it that way. And I really wanted both team defenses. The other thing I did, I didn't want the full team because 95% of the time it's just going to be the starters, the normal starters that I'm going to be looking at on here. And if I have to sub players in, then, I'll have to deal with that during the game. But that doesn't happen with such frequency that it really comes up that often. Maybe late in the game it'll come up. But for, 95% of the time, you're only going to be looking at the main starters anyway. So that's what I've done here is I've created just the main starters for each of these teams, and then kind of have the results here. And the cool thing is you can do this on your own. As idjester mentioned in his video, if you look at the rules on page 13 under ratings-based defense, it explains exactly how to calculate the results for 3 different types of fielders. You have your infielders, which are the infielders are actually easy because the infielders are based on the player's fielding rating, I believe, and their arm rating. So if we go here, the blue die, if it's less than or equal to the fielder's range, that's what I meant, the fielder's range, then it's an out. Oh, wait, that's outfielders, excuse me. Well, it's the same with infielders. If the blue die is equal to or less than the player's range, the batter's out. If it's less than or equal to arm rating, it's a double play. If it's greater than the range, it's a base hit. If it's greater than the fielding, then it's an error. So as you see here, you can calculate this pretty easily. And let me show you. I actually have a little spreadsheet where I have all of the players in my project, and this has their ratings in it. Now this is ratings at their primary position, but that's fine because again, 95% of my players are going to be playing at their primary position. So, and I'll know the ones that aren't, but for the most part, this is going to work just fine. Now you can get the ratings right out of the file if you order a PDF season from Season Ticket Baseball. There is a file in there that has all of the player ratings in it. So that's what I've done is I've just taken some of the information out of that file and reconfigured it into my format that I needed for to be better suited for my play style, if that makes sense. But you can pull these numbers right out of that. And then it's just a matter of, you have the fielding range and arm for every player here, and that will be used to calculate the values here. So you can put it, you can create a formula that'll pull these numbers in for you so you don't really have a lot of work to do. Same with catchers. Catchers are the same way, except theirs are either strikeouts, foul outs, walks, or pass balls based on their umpire pass ball ratings and that kind of thing. And arm, I believe. I'm probably wrong on that. Let me just consult. Ump rating, yes, and their range. So their ump, their range, and their pass ball ratings will determine what the result is for them. Now, the one complicating set of fielders is the outfielders. And that's because they don't have a standard set of results. They do and they don't. The first two results are standard, and that's flyouts where the runner on third is forced to try to attempt to challenge the arm, and flyouts where runner on third scores and runner on second advances. Those two are set, and they are based on again the arm rating of the fielder and the range rating, a combination of both. But if it's greater than the range, it's going to be a base hit. And if it's greater than the range and less than or equal to 7, it's going to be a double. And if it's greater than 7, it's going to be a single. But even within the singles and doubles, there are different results based on the arm rating of the outfielder. So it gets pretty complicated, actually. That being said, there is a formula. There are formulas you can put in to pull this information over because you have access to the arm, you have access to the other ratings that you need to pull in the range, and yeah, I think it's just that, the range and the arm. Yes, and the number 7. So you have access to all of that stuff, so you can create a formula that will pull in that stuff automatically to save you some time. And then what I've done is, going back to the defense here, my chart has the plays across the top, the number ranges, in a grid for catchers, for the infielders. Again, this is the main starters, and the reason Boston has 2 is because Peacock and DeSottles, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, are platooning, so that's why they're both in there. But the outfielders are broken down with the results for that specific outfielder based on their arm. So it's a little more complicated than above. But that being said, it's all on here now. So now when I get a result, I can very quickly, and it's a defense check, I can quickly look at here and see what the result is without having to go scan through that player's card. So I found it pretty handy. Again, big shout out to idjester for inspiring me to do this. You could also just go through card by card and look at the chart here and fill in the numbers based on that. But again, once you get to the outfielders, it's a little more complicated because there's other results based on their arm. So not every card's the same. Not every outfield card has the same results. They both have the flyouts that I mentioned, double and single chances, but those doubles and singles are a specific type based on their arm. So anyway, very quick video. I just wanted to show you my setup, how I play. I have played the first 4 games. You head over to baseballmaelstrom.com and you can follow the action, see where I'm at through those 4 games. Click on this Best of the 30s tournament, and you can see a write-up on each game. You can see the tournament bracket and so on. Anyway, that's where we will leave things. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And that's I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback. Until next time, have a great evening.